Greetings! It is I, Elizabeth von Lyria, Honorable Flag Bearer of House Lyria. Today, we're playing Magic. Also, I wanted to mention that apparently you can set the latency on your stream. And hopefully your messages pop up a little bit sooner so that I can react to them a bit sooner, which would be great. Hello. Hi. I still don't know how to pronounce your name, so I feel bad and don't want to say it. So I'm gonna call you Z. Yeah, we're gonna go with that for now. Because that's also your icon. Yeah. So, Magic today. I actually didn't want to play this music in the background because, Magic has music of some kind, I'm pretty sure. So let me just turn this on. I had it off because I want to play the other thing. It's like swell, but with a Z and then a tick. So zwell tick? Like that? So let me know if I'm saying that correctly. So Magic today, because as I mentioned, I play a lot of card games. Okay, cool, I got it right then. So I really like card games. I have played numerous hours of these things. And I guess a good question to ask is if people here don't know anything about card games, because if they're fairly niche, I guess. So it's probably better if I know if I should be explaining things or if I shouldn't be. Because if I don't, that's great. If I do, I'll probably still be talking through the stuff I do anyways, but I don't know, I could probably like tune the experience a little bit, right? Anything about Magic, that's okay. So Magic is a trading card game where you would normally need to have a deck of cards that lets you do stuff. And normally you would buy those cards or open packs or something. Honestly, pretty hard to get into card games when you don't have someone telling you what to do, or like, it's a lot easier when you have a friend who kind of knows what they're doing. So I picked a bad choice today, which was to play Draft. So the first thing we're going to be doing on this stream is we're actually going to be playing a game mode of like trading card games in general, which is called drafting, where I don't use any of the cards that I own at the start, and instead I'm going to be opening 3 packs, basically, with some other people who I get queued with, and they will also open packs. And then what happens is I'll take a card that I think is good, which it probably isn't good. I did title this as, on Twitter, untitled this as failing. So I take a card and then I give my pack of like 15 cards or whatever to the next person, and then they'll take something, and then eventually, after a whole bunch of cards are picked, I'll have a deck of cards that I can play with. Outside of that, most of the stuff I can probably explain as I'm playing, but the TLDR of it is that you have a deck of playing cards, and you only have so many of those cards at a time that you can use. So even if I put like the super duper powerful Blue Eyes White Dragon in my starting hand, I only have the one until I got another one out of my deck. So I think we'll just get started because so about failing drafts is that I literally was a little too hyped yesterday after Monhan, which, by the way, I'm excited to play that tomorrow. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I am. There's more Monhan tomorrow. I'm really excited for it because we're out of the tutorials. But Magic, I decided to do a draft, and then I lost. Which was unfortunate, because to draft, you would need a large amount of gold, which is the in-game currency, or you would have needed to like purchase a draft. So I purchased a draft, and if I click on this, so if you do well, you can get your entry back. The thing is, I didn't do well. I thought I made a really good deck, but I got 1 win and 3 losses. It was actually a tragedy. So, brace yourself for the drafting experience. I'm gonna talk through most of this stuff just in case, I guess, someone who is like a little bit more familiar with Magic joins or something. But I'll try to also explain stuff while I'm playing, and hopefully that makes sense. Feel free to ask questions, and I'll try to answer them. Which again, I said I changed the stream latency, so hopefully I think I see your messages a bit sooner now. But let's get started. So, gonna queue up here. Now I have to wait for eight other idiots, and it happened instantly. Cool. So, we're gonna have 3 packs to go through, and we'll open the first one in a moment. So basically, if you could do this in person, which I currently cannot, you'd basically be buying 3 booster packs from a store and then doing this, but I'm doing it online. So this is a pack of cards. They have different rarities. Like this, the little symbol there is, it's black here, silver, and then there's like a gold one. So those are the different rarities. There's only like 1 rare or mythic per pack, and then there's some uncommons, and then there's a whole bunch of commons. So this card's pretty good, I think, because it gets rid of a lot of stuff. I also like this card. I guess if anybody else also joined to watch this, I'm forcing blue-red probably. Because I'm bad at everything else. Honestly, I feel like I'd be interested in taking this or this card too, but this card will probably win me the game if it's good at that point in time. So I'm going to take this one. So I can click on it and say like confirm the pick, or there's a timer. I'm probably going to let the timer run so that I can talk, which is going to tilt everybody else at the table because they have to wait for me. So we just picked a red card. And these kind of restrict you on like what you can play. So it's easier if I pick more red cards. But what I might actually do here is I'm going to take this card because it's really strong. I'm also interested in kind of these cards, because similar to this one, they get rid of stuff. And when your opponent doesn't have things that are scary, they can't kill you. I guess I maybe should have explained the object of the game. Is that you have 20 life, and then these things, which are creatures, attack you. So this has stats, which I maybe will explain later. But this thing could poke you for 1 damage. And you're one point closer to dead. I think I'm gonna take it. So a common strategy in draft is to like not close yourself off to playing certain colors. So I said it might be easier to like pick more red cards. But I'm kind of just trying to pick the best things that I see. And then maybe later, because somebody else might be trying to pick red cards. And if they pick all the red cards before I get to pick them, then my deck ends up being pretty bad. So that being said, there's this card. So I like this card. Is there anything else? Not really, I don't think. This card's just very good. Okay. So this card's a rare, but it's pretty bad. So we're not going to take it. This card is also rare. That's probably not great here. It's kind of like this, maybe, or this one. Things that get rid of stuff. Or maybe this. It's like this. So I said at the start I wanted to pick cards that were blue and red. So hopefully I get to do that. But just in case I don't get blue and red cards, maybe this card's pretty good. Okay. What's a token? One of the cards showed that. Oh, which token? This one? I'll have to find it. So a token is basically a card that doesn't start in your deck, and you put it on the playing area when it says to do that. So if I had a token of you, and it's like, deploy the Zweltic on the board. I have to pick something. Probably this. Deploy the Zweltic onto the board. I could have like a copy of you off to the side that I can get at any point in time when it says to deploy the Zweltic. If that makes sense. So, see, once we got here, right, there's kind of this red card, but this red card's a little bit like, it's okay, but I don't think I'm going to take it because this one's a little bit better and it's a white card. So, like, maybe if by the time we get to the later stuff, red isn't very good anymore because people keep taking my cards, then I'll pick these cards. Yeah. Normally tokens are, they're a separate card that doesn't, like, actually come with that card. Like, it doesn't come with it at the same time. You would still need the token card, but since they don't, like, actually have this kind of text on them, normally they're, like, 25 cents or something. Like, those kinds of cards. I think I'll take this. There's definitely a lot to explain when it comes to these kinds of games. And again, I made the mistake of playing drafts first, which was a bad idea. But we're just gonna roll with it. Yeah, so this is the thing that gets rid of stuff again. And I think that's still good. I feel like this card is not very good. Maybe this one's a little bit better. But I'm also really bad at playing the red-white deck, so I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, so there would be a card that I open that says, like, summon the Zweltic token, but then there would be your token would be separate. Sometimes they usually come in, like, the booster pack as well, like a different one. But again, since there's like an excess of them, they're usually like 25 cents or something. I actually think I want this because it looks like I might not get to play these cards. I hope I do because all of these are pretty sweet. But I got these other cards. We don't know yet. Maybe it could still have the background BGM because there isn't really a whole lot of music going on right now. Let's turn it on. Fill the space a little bit. This card's still here, and it's not very good, but there's a thing that lets me get it later, so maybe I just do it. Could also take this. Can't anymore. And this. So now we have the second pack of cards out of 3. So here, I probably want at least one of these at some point in time, but I also really want this so that I can play blue-red. Um. Yeah. Take this one. And then... Again, this is tough between kind of these ones. I want at least one of these, so I'll take it. So this is the sideboard. These are, for the purposes of this draft mode, I don't really necessarily use these cards. But because of the set we're playing, so the kind of booster packs that we're opening, I'll actually probably get to use like these cards that say lesson on them. Because kind of like a token, there will be cards that say get a lesson. And then I'll be able to get this from outside of the game. Darn. I wish I took that other thing now that this other one appeared. And I want this card or this card. Probably this. Because this card's really good with this card, in case I get to play both of them. And this card's a common, so like I might see another one of it. So we'll take this card. That's really good. I want that one. What else is there? I already have one of those. So, hopefully I get to play blue-red, because it's kind of easier for me to play. I get it. I understand it a little bit more. So kind of what blue and red wants to do is they use these things. If you look in the top right, it says 3, and then it has the colored symbols. And that's its mana cost. So, I'm gonna have land cards that make mana, and I'm gonna need seven whole land cards to play this card. That's a lot. That's a lot. One of the other potential decks, depending on what cards you pick, might have me dead before I get 7 lands on the board. But again, it'll probably make a little bit more sense when we start playing. I say that now, and then it'll be like flashy colors. Ooh. Okay. I kind of want another one of these just because, like, this card is very good. However, I don't have a lot of ways to win the game yet, so maybe I take this one. I think we'll do that. Because I actually don't even know if I'm going to get enough green cards to play this one. Big card or slightly less big card. I don't have a card draw spell yet, except for this one. And I can probably get a better big card than this one. At this point, it's kind of like you have to pick one and just kind of go with it. I'm more likely to see a common later, so I'll pass that one and take this. This one lets me copy stuff. So, if I ever do a really big spell, but I use this one first, I get to do 2 big spells. But I might also want to take this. This is probably better than this card. Not sure if I'm gonna get to play green yet, but I'll take it anyways. Yeah, okay. So, when we actually play, I need to have, like, the right symbols that match the top right of the card. And these are green. But this one says I need a lot of blue and red. So, there's a risk in doing this. So I don't even know if I'm going to play these cards, but potentially it will be fine. Nothing super good here. Maybe this. No, I'll take this. There was another one. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Don't have a lot of things here, so maybe I'll take this. Okay. So this deck looks hyper medium, by the way, because kind of one of the things you want in a draft is like a really big card that kind of just wins you the game. So this is one of those cards, but it's not really like super duper powerful. So this might be one. Draw 3 cards, they make mana. It wasn't paid, you draw X cards. Don't actually know if that would be castable. I think I want more ways to get rid of stuff. I could also maybe take this one, or that. Probably Bolt is better. Take the Bolt. Now I could take another one of these, or I could start taking the green cards that I was thinking of playing. Or I could take something that wins me the game. 6 mana for this, or 6 mana to make a dude. I'll just take the mana. It's probably good. Probably this. I was thinking about whether or not I want to take more things for this area. To be this. But also this card is very strong. But I also probably need to stop taking big costed spells eventually. Also this card's quite good. But I'll take this first. And then... Not a whole lot here. Maybe one of these. I don't think I have any learn cards. So the things that I was saying let me get stuff from over here are the things that say learn on them. I wish I could do that. Unfortunately, I can't exactly do that every time. But maybe. Maybe if one of the opponents are, like, irritating me a lot, I'll just give them a whop. Please don't do that, by the way, if you play card games. No one's looking for that. This or this. Probably this. I'm looking for learn cards. And this card's, like, very, very good. Except when it's not. So we'll take this one. Okay, let's see if we can get through the rest of these picks. Probably a land. Basically nothing here, except like a blocker. Maybe a cantrip. I have a lot of 2s. Probably this. Oh, we got another one of these. Or the land. What I actually have to do on 2. This one's actually kind of tough. This card's just good. This is a lesson card, so I might be able to get it later. This card is acceptable. And then all of the last few picks, I'm probably not going to get anything that's super useful. I'm a bit scared that I am playing 3 different colors, and I'm probably going to end up playing 3 colors. But I don't have a lot of lands that say I can play those colors. Which, I'll get lands afterwards, but the, you can kind of pick up these common lands as part of the picks, and I think I passed a few, maybe? I'm not sure. I think I passed a few blue-red ones for sure. But I don't think I saw any blue-green ones. Bops for all the other knightly families. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. Okay. So we're gonna keep the BGM going. I kind of wanted to play the Magic BGM. Actually. Yeah. So I'm gonna pause this. Maybe don't pause it during deck building. Okay. We're gonna keep it going. Alright. So I can't play these because they are not my colors. I don't think I want to play this card. These are a bit mid. Probably don't want this one or this one. This is maybe a bit sus. I need to get rid of 7 more cards. I know I'm not playing this. And I also know I'm not playing this. This card isn't very good. Can't play this one. This one's also kind of weird. This one's probably not great. Oh yeah, and I can't play this one. Okay, so here's our deck. So after drafting, these are the cards that I'm choosing to play. And here are the lands that I kind of just get to play with. And then the one that I picked in one of the packs. So, I'm gonna be honest, this deck doesn't look great. It's not fantastic. It has pretty limited ways of winning the game. And also the colors are bad. So, we're gonna try it. And see how it goes. So we can finally play some games, and hopefully all goes well. But I'm anticipating 0 wins, 3 losses. So now I can lower this, because I believe there is some background score for MTG. If it'll play. Oh, I have to be in the tab for it to be playing. So, this is my hand of cards. And these are the land cards that let me play these other cards. This color doesn't match any of the other stuff in my hand, so I can choose to send this hand back and draw new cards. But I'll have less cards in my hand. The thing is, if I evaluate this hand, it's pretty bad. Like, I'm not doing anything. And I'm basically hoping my opponent does nothing for like 7 turns. So I'm gonna send this back, because it's not very good. This one's a little bit better. It's kind of has the same problem, but like I can at least cast this. I'll probably be able to do this eventually. And then I probably want to keep one of these. I think... So now I have to choose what card I want to send back. Which goes to the bottom of my deck, so I won't see it for a very long time. Basically until I lose the game. And because I'm a little bit scared that I'm just gonna die, I kind of want to send this back. No. I'll send this. At worst, I can use this to get some more mana. But yeah, so basically how a turn goes is you can play your lands, You can only play one of them per turn. And then you can play other things if you have mana. So I'm going to use this to make a blue. And this to make a green. So I have blue and green. And that lets me play this card. This game has a way of kind of shortcutting doing that because it can tell what you want to do. Like, if I clicked on a card, it would be like, oh, you need blue and green, so I understand. However, my opponent is being very rude, and they want to kill me. So, this was to be anticipated. I just was kind of hoping it wasn't going to happen. So that's kind of good. What's probably going to happen here is I'm going to be discarding this card, and then using it with this card the next turn. So, what's going to happen is my opponent is playing what is called an aggro deck. So, their goal is to kill me as fast as possible, and they just did 4 damage to me. That is a 1/5 of my life total. So I think... Actually, yeah, so we're going to pass our turn, because we are not an aggro deck. We don't attack. Our deck doesn't really do that. So, yep, they're doing more stuff that kills me. And this is probably fine. Yep, that's that sure is a lot of stuff that kills me. Okay. All right. So the good thing here is that hello. Hello, is it Magilune? Similar to how I asked Zweltic, you should tell me how I actually pronounce that. We're trying not to die right now. Because this thing's really big. So I mentioned before that taking 4 damage is a lot. And now I'm trying to prevent 8 of that. So I'm going to block, which means that this poor creature will die, but it's to protect me. So if I ever tell you that you should stand in front of me for no particular reason, please do it. Okay, so we're in a bit of trouble here if I didn't have this card that I picked from before. Because what this card does is I can Magi and Loon. Yeah, so Magilune. Okay. So Magi. Okay, I'll try to remember that. So what this card does is it says you have a lot of dudes. And I'm going to say you no longer have dudes. Goodbye, dudes. So now we are no longer scared, because they're probably going to play this card, and this card checks that card pretty well. Had to top deck the land, but... Hopefully we are more or less fine at this point, unless they have something crazy like that. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't want to block this, because when this dies, it makes the other things bigger. So I'll probably just take this. We are now a little bit more concerned with dying. I also need cards to play. So can I do both of these? Unsummon his big monster. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll have some time magic in here somewhere. So I definitely want this card. This card's probably not as good right now. So I'm gonna put it away. I definitely want this. And then hopefully with the next one I get something that can get rid of this. Which I did not. This is probably too slow. So we'll take the other land. Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, my opponent had dudes. They had dudes, I got rid of the dudes, and now they have more dudes. The classic. It's pretty good. So this lets me look at some cards. Definitely want this one. This one is going to go back to my deck, and then I'm probably going to cast this one. So, do I want to cast that? It's interesting, because I only have this one until the end of this turn. Thank you, I appreciate it. I hope you will stand in the way when I ask you to block big things for me. I'm not actually sure if I want to use this card. I only have it until the end of this turn, but I'm a little bit concerned with being able to play more cards next turn, and I don't know if this does that. So let's do it. And then this spell should check this card. And then I should probably be able to block this and get rid of that later. So this card does damage to things. So I'm going to time magic this off of the face of the planet. We're not going to block here. And then this is going to get rid of this card. So first, we do this. I think, to get rid of this card. So it has an ability that says, unless I pay 3 life, my spell won't work. So I'll pay 3 life. You might notice that I am at 6 and my opponent is at 30. How old is this franchise? Magic? I don't know exactly how long it's been, but I know that it has been here for a while. I personally have been playing Magic for, how long have I been playing Magic for? A few years. I've been playing Magic for a while, so, outside of other games. Or other card games, I should say. So, a little over 25 years. Nice. I haven't been playing Magic for 25 years. Because Elizabeth is 24. Yeah. So what's really funny about that game, right? Is that my opponent tried to kill me and they failed. Which is kind of what my deck is trying to do. The problem is that if I didn't have that really good card that got rid of their stuff early, I was probably in a lot of trouble that game. Oh, and I forgot to do something else. I'll do it in this next match here. Also, maybe for the person who knows a little bit more about Magic, this is ranked, and I've been hard stuck platinum for like the entirety of this season. I was doing really well with blue-red for a little bit, and then I lost a lot of games. So I had a little thing prepared for this stream. First, I guess I should probably see if this is good. This stuff will probably help me find another land to do this, and in the case that they have like some stuff, maybe either of these can also find something, or it can find me the green symbol to cast this after playing this. So this hand looks pretty good. I am scared it's a bit slow. Yeah, I can actually go into that after I do a few things. So I'm gonna keep this, and I actually have a thing that I prepared, which is this. Because the stream is called Knock Knock, New Planeswalker in Town, and that's me. Wow. You should be able to see my cursor. Yeah, okay. So basically what happened last game was that I just defended myself for a really long time, and then my opponent, you can see my opponent has cards, they stopped having enough cards to kind of win them the game, whereas I had a lot of cards left. So kind of when all the dust settled, thank you, kind of when all the dust settled, I just had more stuff than them. So the archetype that I'm currently playing is called Control, where I tell my opponent they don't get to have fun. And then after they've stopped having fun for an extended period of time, I win the game. That's a card. Sure.
You may surrender at any time.
Spawn and bad? Thought that was good. Like top 10%. I don't know. I mean, you know, I could always hope that I do a little bit better, I guess. The frustrating thing with draft is that I really like playing draft. Like, it's a lot of fun, right? Because you play like small different iterations of kind of like these decks. But you get to play a lot. Like the constructed format, so where you kind of bring your own deck, can sometimes be a little bit broken. So sometimes it's nice to not have to deal with that and just kind of play this like slow Magic where you don't do a whole lot, and you get to randomly get rid of all your opponent's creatures and they get sad. So we're just playing cards, just playing stuff, casting Doom, and that should be fine. Unless it's played against you. Yeah, it's funny because I play a format called Modern, which is like not every single card from Magic, but a lot of them. And I play blue-white control because I'm a terrible person. But yeah, anecdotes. The one time I was actively playing Standard, I got to Mythic, playing a deck that nobody liked, which was what's it? Simic Nexus. So Simic are the colors of blue and green, and basically the only thing that deck said was your opponent never gets to play a turn of Magic ever again. So we got the thing that we wanted. Yeah, for sure. No. Zweltic, for sure. That's the classic of it's like, wow, I was really hoping these creatures would help me win the game, but actually, you just killed all of them. But there's certainly different playstyles. Oh, wait, I can't cast this because I don't have double red. Whoops. What do we do about that? Didn't think about that one. I think what that means is we stall again. And maybe I get rid of the Kelpie Guide because I don't have a lot of mana. So I was trying to get rid of this thing because it does 5 damage to me and that's a lot. But, I forgot that I don't have 2 red symbols for this card. Which is a bit of a whoops. I think we're going to be fine. I just need, one more red symbol. I'm also realizing now that my big face blocks the cards, which is kind of funny. Unfortunately, I can't put this directly into the game because I'm pretty sure I would get banned. But I can put it in OBS and it looks cute. If it ever ends up like interrupting too much, I might turn it off, but seems fine now. Still didn't draw another thing, which means I can't cast this turn anyways, so we'll do this. See if we find a red mana. We did not. Do I want the green mana? I think I put this in my hand for later. And then I put this on the bottom because I don't really need it. And then I'm going to cast this turn because I don't think I've played a land. And now I have a 5 power, 5 toughness thing that can deal with this, which is good. And we're going to keep attacking this because it's scary.
I've seen these tricks before.
Oh, I forgot to do the thing at the start as well. So, I have a lot of packs because, I've been playing a lot of drafts. So, we're going to be opening a lot of packs after this. And then hopefully I'll have enough to build a standard deck because this is a new account. This thing is now very big and I'm concerned. I'm wondering if I want to block it next turn and in combination with this. If I draw specifically red, which is actually pretty unlikely. So what I might end up doing instead is I will discard this and then exile it to remove everything, but that's kind of bad. We'll give it a turn because it doesn't immediately kill me next turn. And we're going to really hope we draw red mana. If not, then I'll block next turn, and then I'll use this, but I prefer not to. Okay, it was not directly red mana, but what I think I can do... Because this is going to stay on the board, which is kind of awkward. So... I think I'm going to cast this and pray that they don't have a way to get rid of this. Like I said, as long as they don't have like multiple things, then we're not going to immediately die. So we just kind of have to hope. So we're going to ask our opponent nicely to not do anything suspicious. And they did something suspicious. The terror. So now we probably have to do this, which is unfortunate because I didn't want to, but now they have a lot of dudes. So this is really good because I can get rid of a lot of dudes. The problem is, this spell doesn't get rid of this card. This card's kind of good. Yeah, so I think the plan was just to do this. And then this... Oh, I think I can do all of it, actually. Does this only do... It's only creatures. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of everything. And then we're going to play this card and hope it's good enough. Yep. I mean, it's pretty hard to, like, guess that your opponent is going to board wrath you, especially in Limited. Because, like, how are you supposed to know that I have that in my hand, right? But for sure, kind of saved the day there. This card lets me draw cards, so I'll do that. And then we'll just start casting stuff. I'm a little bit scared that that creature will kill me because I only have 1 life. What could they possibly do? If it's, like, very specifically removal spell, then I die. But I think I'm scared enough of that I want to not die to it. Even though it's kind of bad here. So I'm going to do it. Because this card's going to draw me 2 cards for the rest of the game, probably. Unless I get rid of it. So, hopefully this is enough to get me there. That's kind of gross. Don't like that much. Okay. What do I have in my board? I can make dudes, I can make blockers, I can environmental science. And I don't think I actually have any other removal spells. See what's on top. I maybe should have left up the red mana. Oh, that's really good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can do it. I actually think I'm just gonna get rid of this because I don't want to deal with it.
Time is now altered.
Okay, so at the start of your turn, I would like you to not attack me with these, please. Big thanks. Okay. Pass. Do you have any good lessons? Yeah, I was thinking about it. I had the, like, make a 3/2. I had, environmental sciences. I had deal 1 damage to something, but not enough to, like, get rid of this stuff. That's hyper bad. Hold on a moment. That would have killed me. We're kind of in a rough spot here. I think I'm also running out of cards. I don't know if I can win this game. This is what I was concerned about at the start, was that I don't really have a lot of good ways to win the game in this deck. So I'm kind of relying on the stuff that's left. So I'm gonna get rid of this thing. And then I guess I'll probably be casting this. And just do it. That's kind of bad. This is probably not going to work, so I'll get rid of it. And then there's one last thing in this deck that can probably win me this game. And I'm hoping to draw it soon. That is part of it, but not the entire thing. So if the next card is Serpentine Curve, we could win if they attacked after that, which probably isn't going to happen. So unfortunately, since this is draft, I'm only playing 40 cards in my deck, and that symbol there says I only have 2 left. So one of the ways you can lose this game is by having your deck disappear. I think one of the coolest bits of lore is that your deck is kind of like the things in your brain that you can cast, because I'm a Planeswalker, so basically I'm like a wizard that does spells and stuff. Okay, so they attacked. Still think that's not good enough, but we're gonna play anyways. So if you run out of cards in your deck, then you just forget everything and you can't fight anymore. There's another card that, when it falls off the top of your deck, because of one of your abilities, it, there it is. Then it goes onto the field because it doesn't want to be forgotten. It's kind of cute. So, unfortunately, this isn't enough to win the game, because we're gonna draw our card next turn. Even if I could attack with these, they have blockers. If I had one more turn here, it would have been good. So, but I don't, which is unfortunate. So I could concede, but also, if they don't block for some reason, then I win the game. So we're gonna int check your opponent and see if they block. Unfortunately, our opponent is not sleeping, so they blocked. Yeah, you forget everything and you go insane if you get milled out. So there are other cards that say, like, cards from your opponent's deck fall off it, and then you have less cards in your deck. So the flavor of that is they're trying to make you go insane. Okay. We cannot cast our spells. We could if we drew... if we drew any land, we could cast these two. If we drew any land, we could also Teach by Example and double cast Mage Duel, which is kind of cool. I feel like if I get to do that, I maybe win the game, but I need to draw a blue mana now that I think about it for Teach by Example. So, as much as I want to keep this hand and have it be like moderately good for some reason, we're gonna send it back and show like a minor amount of discipline and draw a significantly better hand. So this one's good. The Teach by Example probably goes. Get rid of that. Have you played any other card games you could stream, like Runeterra? I actually haven't played Runeterra because when I tried to like get into the beta and then did not. So maybe at some point in time I would like stream it to kind of check it out. I could consider doing that. I've also played Shadowverse and Hearthstone. Which I'd be interested in playing those as well at some point in time. Maybe. My thing with card games is that I really like them, but they're like a little bit niche. So if people aren't super interested in them, then it's a little bit, or like I need to basically do the whole explanation thing that I'm doing now, but every single stream it's like a lot. But I definitely play these games a lot. I just don't know if they're stream games. I actually think I want both of these cards. And I want this card first. That gets rid of that. Okie dokes. Hopefully we are doing okay here. So what's interesting is that this card by itself isn't very good, but if they have another card that makes it like really, really big, then it does a lot of damage. The thing though is that if they try to do that, I'll kill it. So let's see if our opponent tries to do something silly next turn, and then we 2-for-1 them on material. Gotta hydrate. Yes, opponent, you may attack. Please do something. They did not do anything. That is a better card. I might use this early because Spectacle Mage is kind of an annoying card. I'll give it another turn because they might still try to like do something big on this card. I know they didn't this turn, but maybe they do next turn. So I'll take the time to like kind of cast this card. And if they still haven't really done anything, then maybe I can get rid of all of these. I guess my opponent has also, like, missed some land drops. So basically what that tells me is that they have a lot of stuff in their hand and they can't play it. I'm still fine to take this damage though, because I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff next turn. Yep. Please cast more things. This makes a dude, but I like all the cards in my hand. Okay. So now we do the thing that we have done the last few games, which is make our opponent sad. So that is colloquially called a board wrath, because the card that normally does that is called Wrath of God. Yeah, because they need to cast cards there, right? Otherwise they're like... they might be like losing or something, so... You can't really tell them to not play cards there, because they have so many cards, right? That is a good card that I'm reasonably scared of. So we're going to say that it doesn't exist anymore. So the problem with me playing a control deck and my opponent having a lot of cards in their hand is that I only have 3 cards left and they have 5, plus like this thing in their graveyard to activate, so I kind of need to start doing something or I might be in a little bit of trouble. As you could see from the previous game, which was I drew my entire deck and then lost. You know what's kind of unfortunate is that I really want to wanted to like use my smug face there, but my VTube Studio hotkeys don't work in this program. So I'd have to tab out to VTube Studio and activate it, but I felt like the timing was off. Okay, big thing off the top, please. That is actually quite good. So this does only really draw me cards, but hopefully it will draw me something that does something big. Like, probably like a Serpentine Curve at this point would be, like, pretty good. Makes 2 6/6s. Oh, wait, they got a good card. Yeah, that's fine. Since they don't have mana, I'm a bit concerned that that card will let them do stuff from their hand, which I don't really want them to do. It's a little bit concerning. If I need this lightning bolt back, I can put it back in my hand, which is what this card does. But, cards may be a bit scary. It's also not doing a whole lot. I could consider picking up the Pigment Storm to get rid of this later, or like, kind of next turn. Which... it's really hard for them to use this card right now because they don't have any mana, but I'm a bit concerned if this game continues to drag on that this card's going to be very good for them. Alternatively, if I get a Serpentine Curve, then I could cast it, probably pick it up again with this card, and then cast like 3 of those, and then I should probably be winning by then. But that means I need to draw Serpentine Curve. So before I draw my card, I'm actually going to look at the top card of my deck, because I don't know if it's good or not. One's not very good. See what this one is. That one's also not the best, but kind of does the thing that my opponent was preventing, which is me drawing cards. I maybe should have considered the fact that I was going to try and play blue-red for this stream. Because it means that this might take a while. Yeah, Rutha is very good. I am concerned about this card, legitimately. I just don't know if it's correct to get rid of it. So I'm leaving it there, because currently my plan is to draw the thing that makes big duders, and then I'm going to make more big duders, because they don't really have the mana to use that. That means I need to draw the thing, which we're going to try and do. That's not it. Okay. They have 5 mana. Am I scared of Rutha yet? Not really. If only I could draw cards that allow me to win the game. The constant struggle of playing a card game. If they have, like, land, I am concerned about this card. It makes a lot of boyos. Doesn't seem like that's what they drew, though. They have a Phoenix. Phoenix is okay. I guess if Phoenix, like, draws them a land or something. I can't do anything about this card, by the way. I'm just kind of wondering what I do from here. What you getting? That's pretty good. Oh, if they, like, copied that onto their Phoenix, that'd be hilarious. We block the most damage we can. We take 3. Good card? Island is a good card, but it is not the good card I need right now. That card is also half decent. So I think now that our opponent has this card, which makes one of their creatures bigger, I want to get rid of their stuff. So we're going to cast this. And I have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 would be 6. And then that's not enough. So I could double cast this fight spell and get rid of 2 things, which I think I'm going to do first. I'm glad you're comfy. Yeah, it's really funny if I want to talk about, like, kind of design-related things. I don't know how interesting that is as a topic, but, like, I was originally kind of thinking, like, I would try a lot harder to be, like, look at my huge plan here that's totally gonna win me the game, and then when I lose it'd be really funny if I go like, darn, it did not go according to plan. But I kind of enjoy the chill atmosphere. Just kind of being comfy. Hydration! I brought more water this time. Which maybe I'll need to go get more water anyways, because I'm halfway through it now. Because I was planning on streaming, like, Animount? Do you want to Rutha that? Oh! Wait, couldn't they still do it anyways? Right, that makes a lot of sense. We can block that, which is the good thing. They also didn't, like, get value off of this, which I'm a bit surprised they didn't do. half trying to sleep. Okay. I talked about how I watch VTubers a lot. I absolutely listen to streams while I'm going to sleep. It's like my favorite thing. Because you kind of tune in for some of the discussion, and then like you just eventually fall asleep. It's great. I absolutely do that. So now they have a big thing, which I'm concerned about, but I kind of want to see what's on top of my deck first. Snow Day is good. So I want this one, even though I'm not casting it this turn. Don't really need this, but I could cast it. 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is 8, 6. That should be enough. So I'll send this away. I'll be casting this turn. So this Phoenix is kind of annoying. And unfortunately, I don't have great ways to deal with it, but I probably want to deal with it. I could block it for the rest of the game with my 1/5, but I'm a bit concerned that, like, it's not going to be good enough. Like, they'll eventually draw something that makes it, like, a lot bigger or something like that. We are not going to find a land off of this because I don't need it, and I want to keep that other land on the bottom of my deck. Okay. Long games, long games. Draft is normally pretty long. And it doesn't help that I'm playing the slowest archetype in the game. But it is the one that I'm probably the most comfortable with, outside of, like, combo and constructed. I am not sure why they are attacking with this card. It's probably fine if they somehow get rid of this. Like, if they have to use a spell out of their hand that gets rid of this, that's fine. But it seems kind of sus. That is fine. Oh, I guess it gets them mana. That's interesting. Because they're, like, really struggling with the mana. Yeah, I normally don't play a lot of draft. Or, like, I haven't recently because I can't go in person. But Strixhaven has been fun. I think some people have said that it's really, like, swingy because random garbage can happen then. But I've been having a lot of fun. I haven't been hard stuck plat, but it's been fine aside from that. So we're going to attack, and I could do this in their upkeep. Is that better? It's like, if I draw something good off of Snow Day, I want to cast it, so... because I want to use my mana. Only 9 cards left. Kind of the thing I was concerned about. Don't really need more lands. Honestly, I don't really want to draw 4 cards either, but I think I should still have both Serpentine Curves in my deck. So we kind of need to get to those. Do I have enough to cast it if I do this? 1, 2, 3? I don't. Which means I'll play this one. I guess I could do both of them, but... I can wait on this. So, if they draw 1 more land, this card's pretty scary. We hope our opponent bricks on land. Brick as in to not draw a good card. Hey, look, it's all of my gas! I actually think I get rid of Outburst here. Wait, do they? 1, 2, 6, 11? 1 off lethal if I took the Creative Outburst. I actually think I keep it anyways in case they do something weird. So... if they had a way to get rid of the Serpentine Curve, that's annoying, but it should be enough still. Yeah. So these will attack. We'll go to 8. Then it'll be 4 again next turn, and then 5. Should be good. This can make this not attack. And then I guess they cast the mascots thing next turn, which gives them blockers, which is annoying. Do you have something? Please don't have something. It's pretty good. Oh, they can twin cast it. That's gross. You. Don't think I can do anything about that. So now they only go to 10. I have a big thing. Yeah, I wonder what's on top of my deck. Let's see. Reject is pretty bad right now. I actually don't even know if I want this card. So, Mascots gives them time that I don't want them to have. Which is unlucky. It's a lot of duders. Do I want to draw this card? I don't know what's left. I think I discarded the other Serpentine Curve, which is the other good card. So I think I just draw that card because it's fine. Or it is passable. Right, they double Buried in Books to me. Which is kind of awkward. So we're going to attack with this because I have to block it somehow. See if they block with a lot of stuff. They only blocked with one thing. So these are on blocking duty. And then in case they do something stupid, I can get rid of this. Okay, that's kind of gross, but I don't think it kills me. Okay, they're choosing to not attack with everything. I could get rid of it and then eat the flyer. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate. I guess I could... So, I want to get rid of their double striking thing. Is it gain? No, it's a static. So, I can get rid of this, which means I can block this without kind of losing it. I guess I should have known all of these cards. And we can block here. Fractal was kind of big, so I'm scared of it. And we're running out of cards, but we're just going to keep turning this dumb 16/16 sideways until it kills them. Yeah. So the nice thing is that this can get rid of a blocker. But the only thing we really have left in our deck is like... is a 3/2 and this 16/16. So I'm kind of regretting not keeping the second Serpentine Curve. I thought I would have needed the 5 damage to go to face somehow, but I probably should have assumed that 2 16/16s is better than 1 16/16. Because it would be a 16 and then a 17. Would you like to attack me? Answer is no. I can look for the last creature in my deck. Running out of turns here. I should have... I guess it's fine. I can choose what they block with, more or less, if I tap something down. Alternatively, I could wait and then tap down 2 things. But making them block is better, and I don't really care what they block with. I kind of want them to block with the Fractal. Okay, let's get in here. And I can attack with both because this is a blocker. If they had like double removal spell off the top, that's really bad, but it's kind of whatever at this point. We're hoping we get there with our big boy. If my opponent could brick on a playable for 1 turn, so that I can attack them with big guy, that'd be great. So the nice thing is that if they scry here, because they're stopping, right, is that there's a very limited number of things they could draw with 4 mana that makes them not die. Because this won't be able to block, and then this will also not be able to block because of this card. Removal spell? Not removal spell. I do not want you to attack with this card. So, since this will be tapped, it won't be able to do stuff. Tapped as in sideways. Good game. Woo! That was pretty close, actually. Scary games. So we're gonna keep going here. I would really love to have a draw that, like, has me win before turn 35. Because I think I have those. If I have the, like, cast twice spell and then an early Serpentine curve, that's pretty good. But I keep drawing it on turn 30 of the game. Because I do actually want to get to opening those packs. They've literally been sitting on my account for like a month. And I can't cast my spells again. I could double red pitch the Creative Outburst, but that's kind of bad. And then I need to draw like double blue if I actually want to cast the Creative Outburst, and then Counterspell is kind of bad on the draw. This hand's bad. This hand's a lot better. I have 4 lands with Campus Guide and the Kelpie Guide. And then I'll want to draw gas. So, gas as in playable cards. If your game plan is kind of like a car, you need gas to make it work. Or at least currently. Did I just date this video? Anyways. I was going to play Campus Guide here, but I think Campus Guide is better with this card. Because... oh, I don't get to draw the land. That's fine. These 2 cards are good together, because I can untap this and do it multiple times. I'm concerned about this card. 5 mana. They do not have 5 mana yet. So we don't care yet. These both kind of do the same thing, but this uses more mana. We'll get rid of it, but they can't do the bottom part of this card yet because they don't have enough mana. It says 4 in a red. They only have 3. So we waited. That's kind of good. See if they draw a land. I'm sure they already had the land, but... Okay. So we have the Serpentine Curve. They have a Deuter. Kind of want to get rid of the Deuter. So we'll do that. Was hoping to draw a land. Want to let me get rid of the dude? Gonna save it with Opt, Brainstorm, Spell Pierce. What are we talking about? Alright, cool. So my creatures can't do anything, so we'll just have them get in there. That's a big guy. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about big guy. So... do I play Deuters or do I hold up Practical Research? So, I don't really want to cast this yet. And, like, if I play things, they're not going to attack, because that's bad. So, I think I need to draw cards. It's probably better than doing stuff here. However, my opponent has more mana than me. 4 damage is not dead. It does hurt, though. So big draws off of this card, hopefully. Oh! That is pretty painful, actually. Now am I more concerned, or do I want to do the same thing? I think I want to do the same thing, honestly. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, they probably just don't have, I guess they just don't have enough, like, lessons or learn cards. Is Verdant Mastery even good right now? I kind of feel like it's not. Because I think I give them 2 lands if... one of them onto the battlefield for your opponent. Okay, 4 lands. They get 1. I get 2, and then 1 in my hand. So can I give them a... I can probably give them a mana, actually. This 4/4 is killing me, though. Is there anything on my board for a 4/4? There's not. So, I don't want that one. We're probably playing Verdant Mastery next turn, and then putting the other land in with Zimone. But, this 4/4 is kind of killing me. I guess I could also draw that card that's like... deal a bunch of damage to everything. That would be kind of cool. I don't think I can cast it yet. Oh, I can. But... do I instead put up a blocker and play the second land? I originally wanted to cast the Mastery because it puts a land in my hand for Zimone, but if I can just already do that, then I maybe want to present a blocker. Not gonna double block, though. So this will trade with that, and then they can get another one. Or they do this and then heated debate it, which is really annoying. So maybe I present 2 blockers, but I can't activate Zimone. I mean, if they sack this and they put me to 8, I'm still not dead. This gives me more mana next turn, though. I think I'm going to be greedy and just get the mana. And hope everything is fine. Because I don't really want to cast this if it's just going to die to a card that they can get back with this card. I don't want to do that. Oh, wait, I just realized I can give them a forest. That's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. Okay, you can have this forest. And then I would like these cards. No huge whammies, please. I wonder if I block. Probably bad. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, memory lapse. That makes less sense. I thought they wanted to remove this. What are they memory lapsing? I guess anything that would reasonably block the 4/4. So control is pretty annoying for a lot of people because they tell you that you can't play the game. But I have this little known trick for control decks, which is called casting a lot of things they're scared of. So I'm going to cast this thing and see if my opponent flinches. They're currently flinching because they're considering it. Yep. So this card isn't very good because it doesn't actually solve the problem. But the card that does is this card, which they just let me resolve. And then maybe I'll also do this. I think they can tap it down, though, which is annoying. It's fine. Okay. Yep. This time I will block because there's cards that can deal 4 damage to me from their hand. And that card's also pretty scary. Is there anything good on top of my deck? It's that card. Do I have the thing in my graveyard? I do. So, I would like this card in my hand. I am going to for sure cast this card. So that goes to the bottom and exile this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can actually draw 4 cards first. I'm gonna make sure that the auto tapper does not do bad things to me. Okay. I'll draw 4 cards, or 2 cards rather, and then we'll get rid of everything. That was pretty lucky, honestly. I guess I could have attacked, but they know that it's there. Probably not a mistake they're gonna make. It's another guy. They could get back their elemental masterpiece, which is kind of bad. I'd prefer if they didn't do that. Yeah, for sure. The interesting thing is that a lot of the time, right, if you're playing against a good control player, they would look at the 3/2 and kind of go, well, that's probably not very good, and get rid of it. Or not get rid of it. So you kind of have to evaluate if the thing in your hand is even worth countering. So if you have a sequence of things, right, it's kind of like asking somebody to think, like, about the longer game. Because if you have a series of things that you can play in sequence, well, maybe your opponent will stop having things. Which, a good thing to realize as an aggro deck is that a lot of the cards in your deck are actually pretty good. So if you just play a lot of things that I'm scared of, then then I'll probably die. Like that. So this is an 8/8. It's kind of scary. I think I have one more Serpentine Curve, and I don't know what I did with my Twin Cats. So I want to put these things on lockdown for 2 turns. And then maybe I'll cast this. I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 is enough to cast Reject and Snow Day, even though Reject probably won't work. So I will stop you in your upkeep. It's really annoying that this is the third one they've played this game. Because they can just keep getting back their really, really good cards, and I don't want them to do that. Okay. Am I concerned more about the 8/8 or the 8/8 that they have to cast again? The second one's probably going to be bigger, so I think we do this first. And they're also, they're currently frozen, which means that these aren't going to be active next turn. So I actually have a couple turns to start worrying about them. But this, I think, I definitely don't want them to get more stuff from their graveyard. But this thing's still pretty big, and I don't really know what to do about it. I can get something from my graveyard, but I don't really know what that is. It's probably another Serpentine Curve. And then I'll have a bigger Serpent than them. So yeah, we're gonna get that Serpent spell. And then we have one more curve in our deck, I believe. So my Serpent, bigger than your Serpent. Got him. They want to scry, I guess. It's maybe a bit concerning if they have like a way to get rid of this, and then I just take 8 damage, but I guess next turn this is like 14 plus bolt, but they probably don't attack if they're gonna die. They scried bottom, which is good. So it wasn't a card that dealt with the situation, so they had to put it on the bottom. And now I'm not really sure what they have. If they attack, they did not attack, which is good. They also didn't cast Bury-in Books right now, which means I don't think it's Bury-in Books. So, it's possible that our opponent does not block either of them, even though it would make sense to block this. That's probably hyper greedy. I'm not going to do that. I believe that my opponent has some amount of brain power. If I could think of it, then my opponent could probably also think of it. Rutha. That is good if you have something in your hand. That's kind of good. Do we have another burn spell that we can get? Not really sure. Could probably cast it even if I use the mana in my upkeep. I'm surprised they didn't wait on the Elemental Masterpiece. Do I block? I probably block. Okay. So, if we have a cool, silly, hee-hee burn spell off the top, that'd be good. I don't even remember if I have any, but we'll see. We have second Serpentine Curve, which is pretty cool. If they block one, and then I block this, and then I take 8, then I'm dead to a burn spell. I don't know what could possibly be better than 2 big snakes, so I think we're just going to play 2 big snakes and hope it's good enough. Please block. So they kept the Rutha, which makes a lot of sense. Hopefully it's not like double Barian books off the top. That would make me pretty sad. They scryed, which means it's probably not a spell. They scryed bottom, which means we have maybe more than one turn. Okay. Curate. Am I supposed to know that that's there? I definitely don't want the curate, so I think we take a look, see what we got. Because we don't want that one. We have a Deuter. So our opponent has to block these where they die, but they can block like this. And then it's probably fine. Well, that's interesting. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. The opponent kind of smart. I'm pretty sure I want to get rid of this. So now hopefully our last Serpent is good enough. So our opponent is going to scry here because they scryed last time and it wasn't a good card. And if they're scrying, it also means the card in their hand isn't very good. Or at least it's not good enough to deal with a 12-12. To be honest, I'm not really sure what does it. That to the bottom. Good card off the top. It's actually pretty good. I drew the second curve, right? Yep. Don't know what's left. Let's see. Definitely not land. Teach by example. I don't think the last card in my deck is a spell. So I guess we play on. Unfortunately, this got them a lot of time, because they can block with it next turn as well, which is unfortunate. Field trip. Wait, what's left in my sideboard? There's like the make a 3/2. There's deal 1 damage to anything. There's the like gain life spell. I don't think there's anything in there, but perhaps yeah, Frost Trickster is a good card in limited. So, I think, interestingly, I'm going to field trip. I think there's something in my board that's probably good here. And we're going to twin cast that card. I'm not going to get the land because it gives me a turn. And then I think, I don't know if 2 3/2s is maybe better than deal 2 damage. Yeah. So we're gonna twin cast this card by discarding 0 cards and then making 3/2s. No whammies! No big cards off the top, please! Wait for it. Hey, there we go. We did it! Yeah! Rank up. If I knew my draft deck was going to take like an hour to play every single time, I maybe wouldn't have gone into draft. The nice thing is that if I lost at this point, I could draft again, which is probably what I will do in my free time. But I don't think I would make you all sit through another Prismari draft. And hopefully we'll just do really well in this one. I was planning to play Standard because I want to make a deck. I want to make the popular deck right now, which is Sultai Control. Which, if you want to kind of consider it like this deck, it is another deck that, like, kind of dirtles around. You know, it's a control deck, so it doesn't really do anything. And then it randomly just goes like, haha, I win the game. This draft, that's fair. I am new to this. I guess if people are, like, super bored, then I'll stop playing. But I'm also having fun, so I kind of want to keep playing it. If this match takes, like, an extraordinarily long time, then maybe I'll just, like, finish the drafts off stream, and then we'll go to pack opening. Because this one's taking a while. This hand's also not very good. So we'll send this back. Good idea, honestly. Didn't even consider it. Reject is kind of good if you're going first. I kind of like all of these cards, but this one I won't cast until later, so I'll get rid of it. One curve's on the bottom. Should probably remember that. Okay. Well, I'm glad people are having fun. Kind of my thought when I wanted to start streaming or doing all of this stuff was like, sometimes I feel like I don't get enough time to, like, play games and stuff. Because I've been a little bit busy until, like, just recently. So I kind of wanted to have an excuse to play games. So I figured if I literally schedule when I'm supposed to be playing games, then I'll do it. So these really help me just, like, actually play the things that I wanted to do. Like, I might have considered not playing Monster Hunter, you know, if I was just busy, right? Like, I really want to play it, right? But I feel like, you know, you get it all set up and, right? I think for original Monhunt, I probably would have played it anyways. Because I told you how much I wanted to play it. I definitely... This 2-1. So this goes away. I'll cast this. Put this on top. I don't think I need the land. But I do want to attack with it. Do I feel like I need this to block? I'm not really doing anything next turn. So, in the case that it's a little bit better... This thing really blocks, like, most things out of Silver Quill, though. I'm gonna leave it. I can always pick up the draw spell later. I was just wondering if, like, if I revealed a lot of cards that I can't cast, but I don't think that's gonna happen, so... I guess if they remove it... Well... so much for that. It's not a huge deal. Hydrate. That is a magic card that you can put in your deck. So I don't really have a whole lot to do. So I kind of want to cast a Snow Day. Originally, I was going to be like kind of using these turns to pick up the other draw spell and then using that, but honestly, kind of just want something to do with my mana. That looks like something I can do with my mana. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but might as well cast it. Chatterstorm? I'm not familiar. Is that a deck or a card? I could probably look it up, I guess. Oh yeah, this card, yeah. I remember seeing this card. The squirrel thing. There's like a squirrel storm deck, right? I think my friend actually wanted to play that deck. So, upon looking it up, what Chatterstorm is, for anyone who is curious, is it is a card that makes a... Oh, Pauper! Oh, that's neat. Yeah, my friend was thinking about that for Modern. But, what Chatterstorm does is that it makes a squirrel. A 1/1 squirrel, so it's just a small guy. Now, you might say, that's not very impressive. But the card also has Storm on it, which means that whenever you cast other, I think, is it non-creature spells or just spells? Basically, if you do a bunch of things in your turn, and then you cast Chatterstorm, you make a lot of squirrels. Like, you make one squirrel for every other thing you've done. And then if you use that card that they just used, first day of class, then all of them have haste and can attack immediately. Normally you can't attack, but you can do it immediately with that card. So, the deck that Poi is talking about does that and immediately kills you. Yeah, definitely one of the difficult things with Pauper, right, is those kinds of interactions. Like when things are just like a little too good and you go like, ah, well, darn. Like, we found this cool thing or like good way to make a deck like very, very strong. Sounds funny as heck to use. Yeah, as well, what's interesting is that would make you a combo player. So, talking about deck archetypes, right, is that I'm kind of familiar with all archetypes because I've played like way too much card games in my day, but what combo decks aim to do is what I just explained, is that they have a lot of cards that do something very, very specific. So unless they have all of those cards, their deck doesn't really do a whole lot. But if they have all of them, you kind of play them all at once and go, here you go. Please deal with my 20 squirrels that kill you instantly. And as Poi was saying, and if you compare what that deck can do to basically everything else that that format or that like specific set of cards can do, is that it's a little too strong. Unfortunately, combo tends to be like a very fine balance, where like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a little too good, sometimes it's really bad, but people do it anyways. But yeah, for sure. Combo decks are typically in older formats, so in Standard, which is only cards within the last few years, they have like a specific amount or of sets in them. But for Standard, combos don't generally exist. And then in older formats, cards are like a little bit expensive. So that's kind of why I say like I don't really recommend people play Magic or just like card games in general. It's really hard for me to like in good conscience recommend card games because like you need to like get the cards, you have to have people you want to play with, right? So it's kind of hard sometimes. And I know it's possible for people to like have a bad time if they like need all of those things to go right, but that's why you can just watch an idiot like me play on the internet, because then you don't need to spend an amount of money on a deck and then not get to play it very often. And yes, so as Poi was saying, that deck can win on turn 1, which if you kind of think about how many turns of this game we've played, we're on like, what, turn like 15? Or something silly. Winning on turn 1 is a little bit fast. Like, a little bit too fast. But turn 3 is more expected, yeah. I think the Pauper deck that I'm familiar with and have played is like the, like whatever version of Delver or something that exists. I've definitely played that deck before. Do I want Field Trip? I think Field Trip will probably be good. So I'm going to discard this kind of bad blocker and tapped land. So we're in this state again, where I don't have a lot of cards left in my deck. And I'm really hoping the things that I drew are good enough. It should be good, but I am concerned. So we have, these cards say deal damage to anywhere. So I actually have 8 damage that I can do to my opponent basically at any time, which is good. I think I'm going to use it on their face probably. Because I'm not super scared of dying right now. That's a magic card. I don't know what they get. I guess Expel is kind of good. Pigment Storm is also kind of good. Does that change things? I'm going to have a big Serpentine Curve. I think that card doesn't matter. So we're going to tap this. Do I don't know how I could possibly generate, like, 1 extra damage. So maybe I should be getting rid of that card. Not super sure. Kind of want to not cast the stuff until I know, but I'm pretty sure the 11-11 is what's going to win the game. So alright. Means I'm probably just gonna get rid of this. Just thinking about it, I don't know. I guess the other problem was that we're kind of like on a timer. Oh, you know what I could have done? Oh, that would have been so cool! No, I didn't do it! I could have field tripped for the thing in my sideboard that does 1 damage. And then I would have had 12 damage on this turn, and then my opponent would lose on this turn. So I've actually given my opponent another turn to potentially do something silly. I highly doubt that does anything for them, but we missed lethal. Do I hold off on the field trip? Probably. Like, it's pretty unlikely that they will win anyways, but I am sad that I missed the super cool line of play that wins me the game. So it would have been pretty sick. Okay. Okay. So they can't cast Pigment Storm, I guess, which means we're pretty good. Pretty sure we're good. So I take 5 here. This is 4 plus this. Oh, we can still do it, I think. Wait. Yeah, so this can get rid of their blocker. The only card in their hand they cannot play. So we're gonna do the thing that I said last turn, which is we're gonna get the thing from outside the game that does 1 damage. Or just get Pigment Storm. That's also good. But I want to do it the other way. So what we do is you cannot block, and then we're gonna bop you with these cards, and then I'm going to find 1 damage. Decline. And then I'm gonna give them like a little bit of a boop. We're just gonna give them like a little bit of like a bop. Bop them for 1 damage. Yeah! We're doing it! We're not failing this draft, yeah! Okay, so that game... I guess I should have been looking at my timer. I think that game took like 15-ish minutes. I mean, I'm kind of curious how other people are feeling. Because if this is all good, I'm just gonna keep playing. So I kind of just want to, like, keep going. Yeah, the bop was pretty good. I'm gonna give it a sec because I wanna see. I know I don't have like a whole lot of people here, but since you matter, we'll go with that. If anyone has anything in particular. Okay. Any other opinions from the peanut gallery? I suppose not. Okay. Yeah, because I'm not really in a rush to go anywhere, right? I'm just gonna keep going. Yep. It's not nearly as bad as playing blue-white in a big tournament. So these games have gone on for like a while, right? But the thing is, right? Modern and blue-white control are a little bit more complicated than seeing if my removal spell kills their draft card. And I have played a lot of blue-white, so I'm fine to keep playing these. Normally I don't talk this much though. Because if I explained everything I was doing to my opponent, they might get, like, a little bit mad at me. Please don't do that in tournaments. I like Bolt on the draw here, because if they have some kind of silly thing in the early turns, then Bolt is, like, really, really good, but I have nothing else to do. So, we could risk it. If we draw a blue mana pop quiz, will almost certainly get me something to work with Mage Duel. But this is like a little too sketchy. This seems a lot better. This is why you mulligan. I might have wanted to keep the land because casting this curate's a little bit awkward, but too late now. Drew the land anyways. Hi, Drew. Our opponent did not play anything. They are playing black and red. They could have a very limited number of things that do something to this. Could be shock. Or bolt. Oh, lash. That makes a lot of sense. I don't like that at all. Should I deal with that right now? I have the Board Wrath in my deck, so if it gets like kind of out of control... You see this? This card can remove any red creature. Yeah, see, I probably wouldn't do that. That's a little bit that's a little bit no. Okay. So... I think if they attack again with this card, I'll block, and then I want to cast this card. So... do I just want to cast the Curate? If I find... because if I found Bolt, it would be pretty good. But also I want to cast the, like, bigger draw spell out of my hand. I'll cast the bigger one. Because the thing about these cards that, like, cost a lot of mana is you have to actually find a spot to use them, right? Now, unfortunately, my opponent made it so I can't block this card. Oh, they're putting it on the double striker. That makes a lot of sense. And they don't attack with the 3/2. They still attack with the 3/2. Okay. I wonder how reliably I could get the board wrath off of this. It's like 4 draws and 32 is like probably not great. So we're just gonna block because we assume... oh, it has Menace! That makes a lot of sense. You didn't see that. There's a lot of damage. So now I really want to draw the thing. Okay. Trying to not accidentally pass to my turn. Okay, so that was a series of good cards. And I feel like the Curate draws me less cards, so I'll get rid of that one. So now... ooh, Snow Day's kind of good. So I kind of want to bolt the double striker because it has a counter on it. And that makes me lose life whenever they attack with the thing that has the counter. Also, it has more damage, or like it presents more damage. And if I play a second card here, then I can block this thing. I have a little bit of removal. I have like I just drew the bolt, right? And I have that board wrath on 4 if I can draw it, but certainly if they had like a very, very, very strong draw, then I'd be scared. I've definitely lost a lot of games in Strixhaven Draft that are like black and white, and then they just like run me over by turn 3. But like, what can you do, right? Like your draft deck can only be so good. I'm a bit concerned that they have some kind of like very strong spell here because they're attacking into a double block. I think if they had something good here, then I should probably be concerned about it. The ward on this is 3 life, so if I take 3 and they had any more damage, I can't target and remove the card. Did my model die? It appears to be dead. Well, we'll give it a moment and hope it fixes itself. See what happened. Trying to see if it's just my computer lagging a little bit. Okie dokie. It kind of looks like my VTube Studio is struggling. So I'll fix that after this game, but kind of have to focus a little bit. At least my mouth moves. That's good. But I might need to restart VTube Studio here. Okay. So I want to resolve this Snow Day. But I also want to play a blocker. Playing blocker and pop quiz is better next turn, and Snow Day is moderately okay this turn. So let's sequence it that way. Okay, we got our curve, which is nice. I don't need this. Yeah, I should go back to the... I should just go back to the sleeping screen. That's on the list of emotes that I wasn't sure if I wanted to draw or not. Which is why I want to do that like sub-goal stream whenever that ends up happening. If that does end up happening, because as you can see, we're a little bit far away. I think that's fine, but we are a little bit far away, technically. I think we pass. Now, why is my VTube Studio not working? I actually think, Is it on here, maybe? I actually think it's my internet, which is kind of unfortunate. Luckily, because VTube Studio can't like directly connect to your PC, or at least I don't think it can. You can use it as like a webcam, but I don't know if that would work either. So we're also kind of in a tough spot. I really want to draw that board round. Which means I think I actually use the second mode of this, which is to discard this and draw the board wrath. And I draw the board wrath. I do not draw the board wrath. If I get rid of the 3-2 and block a 2-2, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm at 1. Can I cast both? I cannot. If I block 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, I am dead, unfortunately. So I will concede. There could be an argument for allowing my opponent to actually present me lethal damage, but I kind of want to figure out why I'm frozen. Or if there's something I can do about it. So it's not connecting, which is, again, probably my Wi-Fi. Maybe what I could do is that because my model will refuse to move, probably until my internet fixes itself, is that I can... Where is my model? My model is here. I'm going to hide this for a moment. And I'm going to turn up the wind physics on me to like super hyper maximum. Because that means there will still be movement even though I'm not moving. So I can close that. And then if I have myself appear again. So now there's a little bit more movement on my hair. For whenever my whenever my phone feels like connecting to the internet again. But let's keep going here. I actually, you might not know this about me, but because I have super powerful time magic that is really good at fixing random things that happen, where was I going with this? Yeah, I can actually play with my eyes closed because I have time magic. So please do not worry. Please do not worry, for I will awaken eventually, and in the before that happens, my magic will fix everything. I can't wait for somebody to join the stream and be like, why are they sleeping? Okay. So we're on one loss to go. Honestly, it could go, you know, here or there with this draft. This is a little bit suspicious, but it lets me play something early. Yeah. See, Poise got the right idea. I'm just focusing really, really hard. Okay. So, opponent's going first. I kind of want to present a blocker. I know these aren't really castable, but because this allows me to discard cards, and I'm probably going to use my mana for it, actually seems kind of okay here. So, let's keep. Okay. Okay. If they take my Soothsayer, I'm actually a little bit sad here. They do not. I think that is also a reasonable take. But potentially, if I didn't have this, my hand could have fallen apart. I luckily drew the land, but it was possible. So, we're just gonna play everything. And with the power of concentration, we will win this game. Nice thing about casting this next turn is that since it gives me like a land in my hand, it's another thing I can discard with Soothsayer. So we'll cast it like this. And we are giving our opponent a land, but it's probably fine. Okay. I need blue. It doesn't really matter, but maybe I want double red, double blue, something like that. You can have a forest, and I will have these. We're gonna boop them for 1. Big boop damage. See, the thing that's nice is that the wind physics thing is completely reliant on the physics that I rigged before. So luckily, the physics look mildly interesting. Okay. Gonna continue troubleshooting this as I have nothing to do. I go to settings. Go to Wi-Fi. Sparring regimen. Learn. Nothing I can do about that. That's okay. Okay. Fixed it. Hey, we're back. I suppose that is something that is going to happen every once in a while now. I actually specifically tried to get my wired connection onto the second floor because I know my Wi-Fi can sometimes cut out a bunch. So, interesting side effect of that is my phone can't connect to my model. So, I guess whenever that happens again, it's going to be that we're just concentrating really hard. So you guys know what to say now. If anybody goes like, what's wrong? We're just concentrating, okay? Definitely nothing wrong with my internet. I want to cast these. Don't want to cast them now, though. They're kind of outclassed by this thing. If I could get like one more thing in the bin, then I can make them 5/5s. Because if I double cast this, it's 2 4/4s. which is not bigger than this, so we're gonna wait one turn. Yes, I should probably also... Okay. I was checking to see if my stream died. It did not, which is good. That's pretty good. Oh, I can also get the 1 damage spell for that O1. Three, definitely this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do this first. And then we're gonna have big snakes next turn. Very big snakes. They would like to scrap. Scrying is good for us because that means they're not, or hopefully not, doing anything super impressive this turn. Scry bottom is good. I guess this is 5. This is okay. Because I will have 6. We'll have 6 sixes. Oh no, it's gonna get flying. I think that's okay. That is definitely okay. So I was going to double cast the curve, but I think getting rid of both of their threats is a lot better. So we're gonna do that. So that was absurdly good. I'm very tempted to take Bolt here, but I think I want to cast things from my graveyard if I have the opportunity to. Because things that they play at this point might just be like too big for me to kill with Lightning Bolt, and I already have something that deals with that, so. That would have been a good Bolt target. It's a half-decent Pigment Storm target. And I can still cast the curve, which is great. Get ready to get boop. I'm going to boop you. Please? Okay. We'll let them scry first. Top is a little bit scary, but hopefully it is not anything super bad. Oh, yeah, that's kind of interesting. If I mean, I do think the things in my graveyard are probably better. But if I could double cast, like, an iteration, if I knew the cards in my deck were better, I would probably do that. Oh, there might be a little bit of delay. So you were saying, like, last turn, I could have picked up the dual cast and then gone 2 Serpents. Yeah, that actually probably would have been good. That probably would have been good, too. I think we're fine anyways. But also I think playing the curve first was, like, more pressure, I guess. Yeah, so we kind of want to end the game. Can I cast the guide? I can. So... Snow Day or the guide? I think Snow Day is more powerful, so we put this back. Oh, wait. I did this wrong. I think I was supposed to exile the Serpentine Curve. Whoops. We're just never gonna get punished. Don't worry about it. Everything is going to be fine. Don't look at me. If there was ever a point in time for me to get punished for doing something dumb, now would be the time. I guess maybe I could have casted Snow Day with 0 targets, then done the play that you were talking about where I pick up the dual cast and make 2 11/11s. Would our opponent like us to cast the spell? It is entirely possible that our opponent... Okay, I was wondering if our opponent tilted off the face of the planet. I don't know why. They had 2 defend the campus. Very interesting. Hoop for 1. Yeah, that probably would have been like 100% better. Yeah, I can pick up the curve now, but like casting the Snow Day was probably better than like... Then I get to see more cards here. But yeah, we're gonna pick up the curve. The nice thing too here is that since this curve is so big, I can cast this intervention to get rid of their blockers if they put any, and my curve probably won't die. Or I think it is impossible for it to die, actually. Oh, okay. Okay. What you got for me? What's the big top deck? 1 card. So that is the blocker that we are going to remove. So we have gotten them, despite maybe playing a little bit suboptimally a few times. Let's exile. Literally doesn't matter, so let's curve. Big snake. I just realized my face is also blocking my rank. Or like the emblem at least. Okay, where are we at with this draft? Because I know we're on 2 losses, but how many wins are we at? We are at 5 wins. So if we win 2 more times, then they kick us out because we win too much. Let's see if we can win 2 more times. Yet another hand of uncastable magic cards. I think I've mulliganed basically every single game. Now that I think about it. This one's also kind of bad. So let's ship this. And hope we draw really well. That is a start, kind of. Please do not remove my... Oh, I played the wrong land. Don't worry about it. Don't look at me.
Join me in a better future.
So I know that means this is going to come down a little bit later, but I think I want to maybe pressure this Kasmina over playing the Zamon. If it goes to 6, and then I play a thing, and they have a blocker, it goes to 8. I think I want to attack the Planeswalker. Certainly a bit awkward that I played the wrong land. Like I said, don't look at me.
It is merely a fraction of my.
They have made a blocker, which is kind of okay. I want to cast this as a Moan because I want to cast the Verdant Mastery without giving them mana. Yeah. I also think I'm okay to, trade with it. Oh, it's fine. We'll find some, like, removal spell for this and then probably attack the thing. That's hyper annoying. Okay. Now do we cast the Mastery? I think I'll still give it the turn. Yeah. Because next turn, I can cast the Mastery and then have the lands, and then still activate this. Now do we want to trade? Sure. What you got for me? Oh. I guess that's kind of good. This one's certainly looking a little bit more rough, but got the top of our deck on our side, and optimism that things will go well. But I do have a 4/4 attacking me now.
Let's put fractal theory into practice.
So I want to search for the Board Wrath, but the thing is I don't have double red. So I think I play this first, and then I try to find it a little bit later. My opponent can have a forest, and I would like 2 mountains. So I think we have about 1 turn until we are very sad. So let's see. I guess if I'm trying to find the Board Wrath here, I probably should have blocked. Okay, so 1 time. Board Wrath. So we have a Curate, and we have enough mana to Board Wrath, and we have enough to Soothsayer. So actually, we have about 5 or 6 looks at the Board Wrath. So let's start with Curate. Yeah. So we really need the Board Wrath. Neither of those are the Board Wrath. If I go Expressive Iteration here, I get to look at 3 cards instead of 1 card with the Soothsayer. So I'm actually gonna bin this. And I'm going to draw the Iteration. And then we're going to get the Board Wrath. We did not get the Board Wrath. So, our opponent came out the gate swinging a little bit too hard. And also I misplayed on turn 2, but it probably didn't matter. Because our opponent ended up playing like Decisive Denial a little bit later anyways. So, unfortunately, we looked at the top of our deck 7 times and we could not find the card we needed to win the game. Which is okay. Out of curiosity, I'm going to look at the next card and see if it was the Board Wrath. So I can know if I'm supposed to tilt off the face of the planet or not. So... oh, I can look at the next number of cards. I wonder if the Board Wrath was in the top 4 cards of my deck. It was the next card! No! Are you kidding me? Why? Ah! Not like this! It was the next card. Ah, well. I wonder if there was a way I could have drawn an extra card in this game. Well, darn shame. It was a good run. We played some good Magic, but unfortunately we did not make it there. Literally the next card. It was the next card. Next card. Normally I do not check for the next card because technically you did not draw that card. But I did look at 7 cards. So I kind of wonder if there was a point in the game that I could have drawn an extra card and I didn't. Because if I did that on that turn, then maybe I would have drawn the Board Wrath, right? But it's okay. We did really well. We did, what were we, 5 and 3? That's actually pretty good, considering my last run was, was 1 and 3. So, I'm gonna hide this for now. Where are you? Hide you for now. We're gonna claim a prize. So, the exciting thing is that I get to draft again in my off time, which is fun. Because, again, I really like doing this. Because it's just nice, like, slow Magic, where you get to play a lot of stuff, provided your opponent doesn't Silver Quill you out of the game. And, for the moment that nobody was waiting for, because why are people tuning into a Magic stream of a non-Magic streamer? As I have a lot of packs. I'm going to open these packs. I don't actually know if I'm supposed to open these one at a time or if I'm supposed to hit the times 10. So we're just going to hit times 10. And I'm going to drum roll a little bit. You can see my mouth is opening because of the voice activation. Drum roll! 10 packs. Okay. So, the interesting thing as well is that because I've drafted so much Strixhaven, I might get gems or something. However, we have opened, I think I needed one of these. So here's the other thing, because I actually don't need stuff from Strixhaven. There's a lot of cards for Sultai that are not out of this set. But I'm mostly getting wild cards. So as you open packs, you get wild cards, which let me build stuff. Honestly, it's a little bit brutal, but it's what we have, so. Okay. Next 10. Flop. It's actually kind of good. It's a mythic. Mythic wild card. All this other stuff. See, these are all cards that I would like to play in draft, but never open. I think I've seen this card about a dozen times and lost to it every time. And I've never opened this card in draft. Okay. Let's go, for 10 more. Prismari Command's kind of cool. Have I never opened this card? That's interesting. Oh, I guess it would have said first. So maybe I have opened the, maybe I have opened the Professor, but I didn't pick it? I don't know. I was pretty sure I've never seen that card before. Blue Sun Zenith. Grape Shot. And a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Oh, maybe I should turn on some music, because there's no music. Even though this isn't necessarily the most hype music. There we go. Okay. Wildcards. Fantastic. I could really use some rare wildcards. Oh, it also seems that I have gotten the Vault thing. That's cool. No wildcards. How about this? Nice. So there's the rares. We keep going. Because So, the deck that I want to make, right? If you thought that all of the things that I've been saying is already too much stuff, I want to make a Yorion deck, which means, oh, I only opened one? I want to make a Yorion deck, which means I need 80 cards instead of the normal 60. Because I'm crazy, and I don't have any cards on this account, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, Dragon! So there's a format in this game that lets you play these cards, like, as a centerpiece to your deck called EDH. And I actually wanted to make a deck with this guy, because he's really cool. He gives you, like, a lot of mana for paying 10 life. So, I had 40 life, now I have not 40 life, but I have a lot of mana. Keep going here. This card's crazy in draft. It appears that I've never opened it. I've also never opened this card, and this card is also crazy in draft. They're both mythics, so... Ooh. I actually really like... I think I like most of the dragons from this set. But I played a pretty sweet Prismari deck that played this card. And I've also lost to this card a lot. Okay. The, like, 7 mana dragon? So, interestingly, that card probably doesn't get played in Standard. It's probably still good in Draft. Okay, it'll win you the game. But normally for, like, 7 mana in Standard, or I think it's 8, I don't know. But normally for that much, you want to be, like, doing a lot of stuff. And technically, that dragon doesn't really do a lot of stuff, but in EDH, or Elder Dragon Highlander, or Commander, is what it's called, is you always have access to that card, and also the format is a little bit slower. So, oh, and you also start at 40 life, so paying 10 life is a little bit less scary. Tegrid. Play all the things. Which one's Tegrid? I could look it up. However, I'm opening packs. If you just let me know what it does, I can give you more interesting commentary. We have a Mythic wildcard. Gonna keep going. More Mythic wildcards. Okay, just about at the end of the Strixhaven packs. I wish I could open just like 6. Because we have all these other packs to get to. Oh! That's kind of terrifying. I don't know if I played against it. Maybe if I saw the art, I'd recognize it, which I'll take a look at it after this. Or after this game. After this game. After this stream. We also triggered the Vault Progress again. Which is good. I don't normally get to open this many packs, but I've kind of been, you know, half addicted to draft, so that's why I have that many packs. So I think we're hitting the packs that aren't standard. I don't know if Theros is still in standard. And I think this other stuff is. It's been a while. Like I said, the last standard deck I played... Ooh, I actually needed that card. Original Ultimatum. The last time I played standard, I was playing Simic Nexus and making people very sad. Which I guess that was around, like, War of the Spark. Because I remember people got Teferi. All these sets are standard. Okay. People just got Teferi, and it made playing Simic Nexus a lot harder. But despite that, we still managed to climb ladder. Few more to go. And I'm excited to know how many wildcards I have. Because I definitely think one of the unfortunate things about Arena specifically is that it's pretty hard to make decks. Because one of the most important cards in your decks are lands. Because you can't really reliably play cards unless you have good lands. But they kind of like take up your wild cards. So definitely the first things I'm going to cut from the deck if I cannot make the deck off of these wild cards is the lands. And I also have all of these, which are the starter decks. I've been using them to like clear quests. So real quick, I'm going to get... I actually want to see what Turgrid. I want to see what that is. Turgrid. Have I seen this person? I actually haven't. But that's cool. Whoa. What is this from? This is from recent set. Because it has the flippy thing. Huh. That's so gross. I guess Call Time, I think. Because it's a god that flips, does stuff. Okay, so I have this Sultai control deck. It's a 3-color control deck. Specifically, it is green, blue, and black. I'm going to see if I can even make it. Yeah, pretty recent. I personally play Derevi, and the thing that I do with that deck is make a lot of mana. So I play it kind of like an Edric deck, but it has white in it, so I can play stuff like Sun Titan and Karmic Guide and stuff. It's pretty sweet, actually. I really like that deck. I guess it's kind of similar to like a Rune deck as well. But since you have access to Derevi all the time, you can also make a lot of mana. Also, Rune is like really 5 mana. And I prefer that my commander costs 4 all the time. So let's see if we can make this deck. And as I said, it's pretty hard to make decks on Arena. But I kind of just want to jam control at people. So I'm going to make this deck. So, do I have enough? All cards needed. 4, 17, 32, 10. 4, 17, 32, 10. I have enough! Hey! So, that did actually take a while. So, I'm gonna craft this deck. Let's maybe throw it through a best of 3. And then that might be finishing off the stream. So, let's try it. I can assure you that it's been a while since I played Standard. So here we go. Or I guess played like real Standard. And we're gonna play best of 3 because sideboards matter. Feels good to just kind of like make a deck out of nowhere. Don't normally get that luxury, but since I justified it under streaming, I made that decision. Let's see if we can punk the first person we play against. Oh, maybe I can put myself back on the screen. Oop. So, what's interesting about this queue time very specifically is that I'm pretty sure Arena matches you against people with similar cards. I think I remember hearing this. However, if I am wrong, that is also okay, because this is a detail I remembered a long time ago. So, when you play like the starter decks, you don't get paired up against idiots who just built Sultai control out of nowhere. You get paired up against other people playing starter decks. So, this person should also be playing good cards in their deck. And I'm going to mute my BGM because Arena has some pretty good backscoring. Okay, so we are now playing Constructed, and this probably won't take like 70 hours. I am still playing a control deck, so it'll take longer, but probably not 70 hours. So we have ramp, card draw, and a removal spell, so it looks good to me. I know nothing about this format, so we'll find out. I think I didn't want to draw that one. So I'm going to be playing... Do you want to play this? Yeah. I suppose I'll play a little bit faster. Because we're not making as super serious decisions. Choose cards to reveal to your opponent. No party, you choose one of those cards, that player discards it. So, choose a card. Oh, it's any card. So I can show them like I could show them like this card. I think what I will do is I will also look at their hand so that I can block. Okay. Oh, hey! Look! It's your girl! So Bone Crusher kills my Valky, so I'll take that one. And we'll pass. Guess they didn't have the red mana. What am I doing next turn? Yeah, I don't know what this deck is, but assumably it's some kind of, you know, good constructed deck. Do I need colors? I do not, I think. I have everything except for double blue. So what's this have to? Lose 3 unless you sack an online permanent or discard a card. I think I'm okay to lose 3. Because here is a very big Elder Gargaroth. Beauty. As a target, exile up to 1 from a graveyard. Sack another creature, it gains indestructible. Okay. Discard a card, lose 3 life, or sack an omelet. I think my opponent is playing, assumably, an aggressive deck. And I think I have already ramped. So I'm going to discard this. Which ramp would mean to get additional mana from some kind of source. That is not just playing a land per turn. However, that thing is kind of annoying. And this doesn't really die if I target it with binding. I'm a little bit interested in playing this and then binding this, because Gargaroth can make a beast to fuel this effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to haze here so that they can't make this indestructible. Oh, it taps it. That's interesting. Okay. Let's get in there. And we're going to make a beast so that we can sacrifice for the lantern. That is okay. I guess I was thinking that I wanted to binding this dragon. So maybe I shouldn't have let that resolve. I guess that's also pretty good. I mean, if the entirety of your deck is just gas, then I suppose it just works out. We will choose even. Now, doesn't matter if I draw, make a beast, or whatever, because I would be like discarding or something to all of those anyways. But I don't know. I don't think I played a land, so could have played a land there. I will discard a card. Destroy a creature. Get a non-creature. Exile graveyard. Probably better than counterspell. Especially because this was what I wanted to counterspell. Each player discards a card. Return target creature to the graveyard. Or to the graveyard. Return it to the battlefield. I don't know what the last card in their hand is, so I think we're winning against the Lantern, so I'm just going to get rid of this enchantment. And let's just attack and get him. I suppose I could also gain 3 life and just take 3 from this, but at least this gives me, like, lethal next turn. Neat. How do I sideboard against red-black stuff? Yeah, that game was a little bit, a little bit brutal for our opponent. Yeah, Sultan made it, yeah. Honestly, I don't super know what my opponent is doing. I kind of want to bring in more removal spells in case they're like very, very aggro, but that draw seemed kind of slow. Maybe I'll bring in the removal spells anyways. It's maybe a bit weak on the draw. And, oh, they're not playing blue, so Mystical Dispute's probably a little bit weak as well. And we'll bring in the board draft. Oh, changes are locked, yeah. So many lands, and ways to remove my opponent's creatures. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be in my deck, but I think the rest of my hand is just like kind of good. So I'm gonna keep this. So unlike draft, this is since it's a standard, or you can also play best of 3 in draft, but we were playing best of 1. So in this version, we're playing against the same person, except I get to change a few of the cards in between the games. So, I suppose I want to be able to cast the spell, so... Yep. Can probably discard one of my lands. And I have green, blue, black, green. So probably blue or black. I need black to play the Heartless Act. Have another Heartless Act. Let's go like this. Not super concerned about this one too. So it gets to live. For now. What is in your hand? I would like to know. Is it good? Got good cards in there? They have one card in there. Kroxa? I don't want to deal with Kroxa. Guess that's what Elspeth's Nightmare is for. It says exile a card. Or from a graveyard. Or exile their graveyard. I don't know how important this card is if I cast it from my hand. And they're only showing me one threat. So I will discard a removal spell. Okay. So, when I was saying that I'm playing a Yorion deck, if I'm playing 80 cards, at least 80 cards, then I get to put this off to the side and eventually put it in my hand for 3 mana. Which is kind of good. I don't know how good it is here, because this thing is very scary. But... see if we draw something for our Kroxa friend. I could cycle the Triome and remove this Kroxa, maybe. But I think it's pretty unlikely. So, going to put this Yorion on the board, which is pretty mopey. But at least I have a Yorion on the board then. So let's go Green. Doesn't really matter, so. So when this thing attacks, I have to discard this. But I don't really think we have much else we can do. Wait, I knew that was in their hand. Awkward. Okay. We are done. Fantastic. Our opponent's deck can actually function if we allow them to function. So, our opponent killed us with a Kroxa. I think the rest of this is actually, like I think we're actually correct. Maybe we want another, like, Gargaroth, but, like, I think actually what we were doing was correct. Let's bring in, like, more removal, more things that get rid of their creatures. They just had a Kroxa, and Kroxa's pretty good. I would like to go first, please. This all looks good to me. Don't want that. Let's get some more mana. The next turn, probably Yorion. Maybe a removal spell. That is a Kroxa. Hello again, Kroxa. It seems very good against Kroxa. Hopefully we will get to play that. Probably this. We can just chill. Kind of want them to play more creatures. Yeah, so now they're gonna have 2 Kroxas in the graveyard. But I'm gonna exile both of them, I think. That's how this works, right? 3 less. So, I know this unfortunately only gets rid of one thing from the field. Maybe I should wait. I could wait like one more turn. Like 2 Kroxas is so tempting. They can't cast it. I should probably wait. I'm gonna wait. Be a little bit more patient. We'll play this in hopes of casting Sultai Ultimatum. Roiling Vortex. Cast a spell if no mana was spent. 5 damage to that player. That's kind of gross. I see that. That is the card that says, please do not play Sultai Ultimatum. We'll have to draw the, There's the card that, like, removal spells their thing. I believe. Binding. That's what it is. Binding of the Old Gods. Another Kroxa. That's hyper funny. This is actually really good, because what I can do here is that I can turn my Valkyrie into a Kroxa, which is kind of busted. It has to be CMC, yeah, so mana value 2. I would like my Valkyrie to be a Kroxa. It is now a Kroxa, which is kind of gross. Kind of makes our Shadow's Verdict more awkward, but it's probably fine. Sack creature. I knew that was there, and then didn't play around it. That happens. It's another big duder. Our opponent is struggling to cast things, currently. And then for when they have a lot of stuff, we can get rid of it. So. Except for that card. Can't get rid of that card. So maybe let's get rid of this, and then Pelucranos can kind of like attack this thing and get rid of it. So we'll do that. That is also possible. So if I do this, and then I do like 6, and then more damage, it's probably good. You have 2 turns, opponent. I know they can do like just about anything, but oh, Soul Shatters each opponent. That is really good, yeah. That's pretty sweet, actually. Okay, there's the Kroxa. So now I'm gonna cast the Shadow's Verdict because they have put 3 Kroxas in the graveyard. And I would like them to not have access to those. So. Yep. I would not like to deal with your 3 Kroxas, please. Thank you. And I'm pretty sure any discard effect takes that, so... Just about wrapping it up, I think. I hope. They could have 2 very good cards in their hand. But at least I don't have to deal with Kroxa. What you got for me? They have the Concede. Nice. Okay. So, I think that'll do it. Honestly, I wasn't expecting draft to go that well. I was expecting draft to go very poorly. Because like I said, I've been struggling a little bit in Platinum. So, actually did pretty good. I'm probably going to play some more Magic at some point in time. I don't know when that's going to be, but I literally just built an entire standard deck, so eventually I will. Likely. Again, I'm not really sure how good card games are for like people who don't really understand them, but I think I will be playing them because this seemed to have gone pretty okay. So let's hide this. And I'm actually going to close this because I wanted to do one more thing. Because I said I was going to do it last time. And I still want to continue doing this. Is, Poi, I'm putting you on the spot if you're still there. And then if you're not, then that's okay as well. But if you thought of an icon, like right now, off the top of your brainium cranium, what would that be? Because if you can't think of one, then I'm literally just going to assign you an interesting color. But I'm going to close this. And we're still going to run the speedrun because we have to. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, we're currently 3 days into streaming, and I'm currently 8 hours into my membership any % speedrun. You can see we are very far from 1,000 subscribers. So that timer is going to go probably pretty big. I'm actually really curious what happens when it hits 3 digits. You got nothing? You're not creative or decisive? Well, that's okay, because I am both mildly creative and not very decisive. So Poi, what do I think of when I think of Poi? Honestly, I think of lions. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to look up Poi and see what I find. Poi is... Oh, that's so cool. That's not exactly your name. Let me see what your name brings up. Poi. Doesn't come up with anything. Okay, so Poi is apparently a type of food. And the color of this food is kind of purpley. So I'm going to give you a purple P. And I'm going to hopefully remember that that is assigned to you. So, if I did this correctly this time, I should be able to do this. And this is the battle map for this week. So, oh, I should turn on the music as well, because it's very quiet. Okay. So, after the streams, I really appreciate that you all show up and have a good time. So you can see I have kind of a white block here. And Zvoltic was a good chat member last time. So they were here for last stream. Oh, did I click the text icon? I think I did. Oops. So this is Zvoltic's icon. And we're actually kind of over here now. Because we did this magic stream. So, Poi did some stuff. They were pretty cool. So Poi gets a purple P, because Poi is apparently purple. Let's zoom in here. Do some mouse drawing. Maybe 2. So you are, Poi. Poi was here. If that is acceptable to you, maybe I'll give you like 2 underlines. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate everyone who shows up, by the way. Even if you're just kind of listening in the background. I said that last stream, but really, if I'm suitable background noise for you, that is also acceptable. Yeah, you were here for this stream, right? So what we did this stream was we did this magic deck over here. That was this stream. Also, normally, I didn't explain this very well last time, but we review the submissions for the strategy meetings, first stream of the week, so that'll be next Tuesday. And I also post the strategy meetings on Saturdays. And I will have the reminder rules for what all this garbage is, but if you have a particularly creative solution to these, I wanted to feature those as well. So I obviously have my solution for these, but if there were any that were like really, really cool, that importantly probably also need to have the correct stream order, because otherwise it'll be kind of weird. Maybe I'll just make it work out. But I wanted to follow the path of whoever kind of, I guess, won the strategy meeting. Because it's a strategy meeting. You know, maybe I don't have the best idea, so maybe one of you guys have it. So the next thing we have to do is let's go over here. So we needed to use an item here because we can't actually get to the magic deck by default. So what we're gonna do is, instead of using an item, we're gonna do the Elizabeth von Lyria special, which is we fixed it with time magic. Whenever you're in doubt, just use time magic. Just fixes everything. Don't ask any questions on how we got to this stream or why it happened, because it's time magic. Don't worry about it. Where did I put the stamp? I think it's... if I click on this... Okay. Let's put another stamp, as we have conquered this stream. And Poi was here for it. Oh. I put you on the same layer as the time magic. Let me, so this is Poi, as I'm labeling the layers. And unfortunately, Poi is not also time magic, so I'm going to put this on a different layer. Fantastic. It's going to go there. And we were all here for this stream. Oh, I also need to put the line. Okay, how do I do that? I think it was 4. Nope, it was less than 4. Not less than 3, it was less than 4. Okay. Yeah. So, next stream, as you can see, is going to be Monhan. And because you could literally go watch the VOD, it's, I did a diving leap. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I could totally do that. I leapt over to the deck over there, and then I just reversed time, and then now I'm back, but I have the magic deck. So, next stream, Monhan, that is the original Monster Hunter, and I am so excited to play it again. I honestly kind of wanted to, like, just play it today and be a goofball and be like, yeah, so that schedule, not following it. But also really wanted to play Magic. I really want to play a lot of games, so please look forward to them. Monster Hunter tomorrow. We did all the tutorials and stuff yesterday, so tomorrow we actually get to fight big things. And that's going to be really fun. So if that's interesting to you, please come by. Stop by. Even if you're just lurking. Gotta love all the lurkers. But I think for now that means the stream is over and I have to end it, which means that I do this. I go to... where do I go? I go to this screen. So, farewell for now, everybody. Thank you for showing up in whatever capacity you wanted to do so. And I hope to see you all soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Monhan or something. Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. How do I end my own stream? Okay. Yep. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.